Hello, friends. Welcome in. Just going to refresh my screen so my live goes, and I believe we are up and running. Mic check, doing sound, vision okay? Good deal. Okay. Well, welcome in, my friends. Welcome to Cards by TLC. If you are new here, my name is Tammy Savello, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator out of the San Francisco Bay Area. And today is Thursday, February 2nd, and we are streaming here live right here on Facebook, or excuse me, YouTube. That was a faux pas. It's 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Can you believe it is February already? I can't believe that. I love February. February is one of my favorite months. It's a busy month for me. It's a busy birthday month for me for a lot of friends. So that's kind of what I tied today's live into. Welcome in. Just give me a few minutes. And if you are catching me on the replay, just go ahead and skip ahead for a minute or so while I welcome in my guests. Hello, Patty. Hello, Marcy. Hello, Amy. I think that's my cousin Amy, possibly. Crafting Adventures with Amy. That might be my cousin. Hello, welcome in. And if you are brand new here, please put in the comments that you're new, or if you're watching the replay, hashtag new and hashtag replay. But we have a fun day scheduled. I have a question for you. How many of you get that beautiful, beautiful, beautiful designer paper and you're afraid to cut it? You hoard it. It's so pretty. You don't want to cut it. And you have a tendency to hoard just like I do. Well, as my friend Kylie Bertucci says, love it, chop it time. So we are here today to cut our designer paper. This is something that we're doing a little different. We are going to be using 2 sheets of paper. Typically, we make 3 card designs, but I have a lot of birthdays this month, like I mentioned. So I am going to show you 15, yes, I said 15 card designs using 2 sheets of designer paper, one 6x6 and one 12x12. These are what we call one sheet wonders. And they call this because you can make multiple cards out of 1 sheet of designer paper. Now, don't worry, all the sizes and dimensions will be on my blog, as always, tomorrow, February 3rd. So you can either write it down, get a notepad, write the sizes and dimensions down, or you can sit back and enjoy and go to my blog tomorrow at cardsbytlc.com. Hello, everybody. Hello, Robin. Hello, new people. Hi, John. Welcome in. So the first paper, the first paper I am using is in the January to April mini catalog, and it can be found on page 31, and it is part of the Regency Park suite, and this is the Regency Park designer paper. I absolutely love this. I'm actually starting to fall in love with florals now. Shocker, Patty. You kind of got me convinced. But this paper is primarily blues and yellows, which are 2 of my favorite colors. So this is the paper we're going to be playing with today. So let me go ahead and pull that out. And we have so many fun designs, but I figured gotta do with the blue flowers. If I'm gonna go flowers, you gotta go blue. So let me show you really quick what we're going to be creating with this 6x6 designer paper. We are going to be showing or cutting the designer paper for 4 cards. And these are our cards that we're going to be creating today. Well, we're not going to be creating the cards. I'm cutting the paper. These are the samples. But I will have, again, all the sizes and dimensions for the matting and for the additional designer paper that I may have used. in these designs. But let me just quickly show you the layout. So you kind of have what my friend Patty always says, a roadmap. You always got to see where we're going. So this is where we were ending. And these are what our pieces of designer paper out of the 6x6 are going to look like. You're going to have a 3x3. And all of these are 3x3s, but they're kind of cut at different angles. So we have a 3x3. And then I believe these are 3 1-inch strips. These are, I think, 1.5-inch squares. We'll go over all of that as we're cutting. So let's go ahead and get started. Patty, the influencer, right, John? So we are going to go ahead, and I love our paper trimmer because it has a nice handy dandy expandable arm. So let me make sure we are in frame because we definitely want to have, I have my sizes and dimensions off to the side so I don't get off track. The 6x6 is easy, but when we get to the 12x12, I definitely am going to be using my little cheat sheet here. So get that out of the way. So like I said, we are going to start with a 6x6. So the first cut we are going to do is at the 3-inch mark to cut that bad boy in half. We're going to put that piece off to the side. Then we're going to flip it around along the 6-inch side. And we're going to cut at 3 inches again. Now you could have taken both pieces since we're pretty much cutting both pieces down to a 3x3. So let me just go ahead and do that now. So we have our 4 pieces of 3x3. So our first piece is just by itself. As you saw in the graph, it's just by itself. So that is off for a card by itself. The second one, like I said before, we're going to be cutting into 1-inch strips. Now, you can do it along here. What I like to do, if it's anything less than 1 inch, I like to go off to the right-hand side and cut that in. So we're going to be cutting 3 1-inch strips. And there are our pieces for our second card. So we'll put that off to the side and we'll create those later. And now our third 3x3, we're going to be cutting these into 1.5-inch squares. So since this is kind of past the 1-inch mark, I'm going to go ahead and go over here to the 1/2. If I wanted to, I could have gone all the way to the edge there. But it is easier for me to see on this side. So 1.5-inch squares all around. And this will be the panel pieces for our third card. There's those 4 pieces. And then for our final one, we have our 3x3-inch square. We're going to just cut it right at a diagonal from point to point. And what I like to do is I like to bring my cutting blade kind of starting in the middle, because when you cut the points, sometimes you kind of nip up those edges, and I want the edges to be straight. I don't want them flipped up or ruffled. So there is our third one. There's our first cutting 6x6 one sheet wonder. Those are the pieces that we cut. And let's bring in the cards one more time. We have that first one that we did is that card right there. The second one that we cut with the strips is this one. Again, the matting on these will be on my blog first thing tomorrow morning. The third one that we cut into the 1.5-inch squares is this one. And the diagonal is this. Now, the sentiment that I used on this, I used the friends are like seashells because I love the happy birthday to my beautiful friend. I thought the font was really nice. And the tags that I used are from the Something Fancy dies. And I used probably 3 different tags from this die set. So that is what we are using on our cards today. We're using this sentiment on both sets of cards. And on our second sheet, we're using some of the fancy labels, but we are going to use this double oval punch as well. So let's go ahead and bring in the paper that we are going to do for our 12 by 12. Do you guys have any questions on the 6 by 6? Looks like I got some more people in. Hello, Heather. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Jenny. Great. I'm glad you guys liked it. Did that first set of cuts seem okay to you guys? 6 by 6 is really easy to do. You can do 4 cards. Our next one is our 12 by 12 sheet, and we are actually making 11 cards, or cutting pieces to create 11 cards. So let me go ahead and show you what we're going to be using on that. And that paper we're going to be using from the celebration brochure. With a purchase of $50 or more, you get this set of 12 by 12 beautiful, again, floral designer paper, and we're going to be using this today. So this is free with a $50 purchase in my online store, and this paper is stunning. Let me see if I have pieces back here. Oh my goodness. And where are my sheets that I'm using for today? Well, that's kind of fun. Bear with me really quick, guys. I have the paper here. We might be using one of these to cut with because I can't find the 12 by 12 that I used in my display cards. That's okay. We'll just make it work, right? Let me just look on my desk really quick one more time. Bear with me. Are you it? Okay. Well, I think we are going to change things up a little bit. We can either do this one or this one. Which one? All of this one or the one with the purple in it? Which one would you guys like to cut up for the samples? And I'll show you which ones I used in my samples today. But this paper's gorgeous. I love the floral and the black backing. Typically are the one with the purple, Heather's saying, Jenny's saying purple. Okay. Let's do it. We will cut into that, and let me just show you really quick our samples. So we have 15 cards that we're going to be cutting up today, and that is that design, 2 triangular pieces, this design. And I wanted to do the black matting, but I didn't have enough black, so I just went ahead and did a white matting, and it gives it a different look. It brightens it up a little bit. It pulls the white out of the flowers. I know you thought I had everything, right? That one, and this one, and this one. Yes, we made 15 out of one sheet. And let me go ahead and see if I can show you, because we're going to be doing a lot of cutting on this one, and this is where my notes are definitely going to come in handy. And I will go a little bit slower this time around. But these are the pieces. I don't know if, oh, and I just knocked this over and it just kind of slid all over the place. But these are the pieces that we are going to be making our cards with. I know it's kind of a hot mess right now because it slid all over the place, but you kind of get the idea. of the different pieces. So let me go ahead and get this back out of the way before that falls all over the place. And let's get our trimmer out and our handy dandy notes, and we will get started. Okay, first things first, we have a 12 by 12 piece of paper. We are going to slide that down a little bit, maybe a little bit more. And we are going to cut a 4-inch strip. First and foremost, cut number 1 is a 4-inch strip. I'm going to put this piece off to the side. Now we're going to rotate this piece of paper, and along the 12-inch side, we're going to be cutting at 5.5. And that is our first card. That is our first piece. That is actually, I'm actually going to show you as I go along because there's so many. So I figured it'll be easier to show you the whole card. And that is this card right here. Creates that piece right there. So that is cut number 1. Next cut, now we are going to move right along and take this piece and pull it down to the 5.25 inch line. And we have this piece right here. And I'll show you where this piece goes along with the card really quick. This piece is tied with another piece, which is this card right here. So this piece is the bottom half of this piece. So we'll put that aside. And I need a new different setup because that's not going to work for me. There we go. Push that off to the side. Then our next cut is we're going to take this piece and we're going to cut it at a diagonal. And again, I'll bring my cutting blade up so we don't nip those edges. And you have 2 separate cards. This is where this card and this card come into play. There's that. Then we're going to take those triangular pieces, set them aside. Now we're going to bring back in our larger piece of cardstock or designer paper, and this is cut at 12 inches by 8 now. And along that 12-inch side, we're going to be cutting that at 3 inches. Put this larger piece off to the side. Then we're going to rotate this, and we're going to cut that at 3 inches to make a 3 by inch square. And I believe that piece was the piece that was tied in with that little strip piece. So that little strip piece that we tied in with that is this piece right here. So there's that card. Now this piece, we're going to take this piece now and do another diagonal cut. Line that up. And there you have the next card, which is this card right here. Put that aside over here. Now we're going to bring in that piece again. And again, we have an 8-inch by 9-inch, and along the 8-inch side, so 8 inches, it's long, 8 inches wide, we're going to cut another 3-inch strip. Put that off to the side. And with our 3-inch strip, we're going to cut a 2-inch strip piece. And we're going to be cutting 3 1-inch strips. And that should leave us a 4-inch piece. And there we go. And that leaves us a 4-inch piece. Now these pieces, these little strip pieces create this card right here. And these 2 pieces I'm going to put off to the side because I don't know if that piece, oh yeah, this piece right here. So this piece right here is this card right here. And we'll put those pieces off to the side and continue on with our cutting. Now this does leave us, I believe, a 9x5. Yep. This now leaves us a 9x5. There we go, a 9x5. So now along the 9-inch side, we want to cut another 3-inch strip. And that should leave us a 6x5. Yep, so put that off to the side. And that strip right here created this card right here. Now, we have our 6x5 piece, and along the 6-inch side, we're going to cut 3 1/2-inch strips. And that should leave us a 5x4. Yep. And those strips that I just did created this card right here. Now, along the 5-inch side, we're going to cut that literally in half at 2.5. We're going to put that off to the side, and then this leaves us with a 4.5-inch side, 4.5-inch strip, or it should, yep, or it should have. I'm sorry, guys. I kind of cut that one. I kind of got off on my thing. It should have left a 4.5-inch thing, and you cut that into literally in half, and that gives you these pieces right here. So I kind of apologize. I kind of got off on my cutting a little bit, but you get the idea. And I will have the proper sizes and dimensions, but I think I threw myself off by showing you the cards. I probably should have cut all the pieces ahead of time, but these are our final cards. And there you have it. You have 15 cards with 2 pieces of designer paper. You can get birthday cards out in a whim now. There's our 11 cards that we have for this, and we'll bring back in our 4 that we did, our 6x6. Do you guys have any questions? You're cutting right now, John? You're cutting along with me? How fun. Do you have any questions? I'm so glad you guys enjoyed this. I hope this helps you guys. I hope this helps you guys get some birthday cards, some thank you cards out in the mail. You definitely want to get that love out in the mail today, or in the mail this month. It's February, it's love month. Any month should be love month in my opinion, but get these cards out. And if you have any questions about any of the sizes that are cut today, I will have the blog post up first thing in the morning. In fact, I'm hoping to have it up by midnight tonight. That is my goal. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you had so much fun. All of the products that I used today will be in my blog, as well as in the link in the description box below. If you enjoyed today's projects, as always, I would love for you to hit that like button on my video. That helps me grow my channel. And if you could share my channel with your friends and family if they love crafting as much as you guys do. That way it'll help me continue growing my channel. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I think next week we're going to be playing with some springtime stamp sets and some springtime cards. So we'll be going back to our 3-card class. I'm hoping to have a shaker card maybe for you guys next week. But I hope you guys have fun. I hope you guys cut that designer paper. And I would love for you to tag me in any creations that you create. And again, it's Cards by TLC on all social media platforms. So tag me in your creations. I would love to see your creations. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day and weekend, and I'll see you guys next Thursday. Bye, guys.